For Red Bull Racing in 2018, they proved once again why they have the best chassis in Formula 1, but then again, 2018 could have been a lot better for them, with a massive reliability issues and mistakes from drivers. But when we entered the last 3 races of 2018, Red Bull had the fastest race car in Formula 1. And that was surprising because I already think they started building the 2019 car early. So there are some promising signs for Red Bull in 2019. Red Bull's best race, in my opinion, was the Chinese Grand Prix because they didn't have a lot of pace there. But through strategical masterclass, they managed to bring home a 1-4 with Daniel Ricciardo winning the race. And it was only for Max Verstappen's driving mistakes that cost them a 1-2. So Red Bull proved that they could get the most out of a difficult weekend, which I think should be fully appreciated. But Red Bull's worst race of 2018 for me has to be the Bahrain Grand Prix, where both drivers retired. Max Verstappen after collision damage with Lewis Hamilton, I think, and then Daniel Ricciardo's electrical problem. And to rub the salt in the wounds a bit more, Toro Rosso went on to get P4 with Pierre Gasly. Ouch. Looking at Max Verstappen's season, his first 6 races, or 7 races, were rather pathetic, making mistake after mistake after mistake and costing him at least 45 points. And when you look at the face of it, that probably cost him at least P3 in the championship and a fight with Sebastian Vettel for P2 in the championship. And again, this fully illustrates, in my opinion, that Max Verstappen is nowhere near world champion quality just yet. He has the talent to be, but he lacks that consistency. But then again, he gained that consistency, especially in the last 5 races, claiming a podium in each of them. And I think Max Verstappen's mistakes are a bit underrated, because if he was to repeat 2018 in 2019 and Red Bull have a car that can win the championship, I think he would lose the championship because of the mistakes he made. He cannot do this in 2019, otherwise he is going to lose out. This guy has such a promising talent, but he needs to stop being such a hothead all the time. And I know we can make comparisons to Schumi and Senna, and they made mistakes, but Verstappen makes a hell of a lot more. So this could cost him in the generations to come. Verstappen's best drive of the season was easily the United States Grand Prix, where he came from 18th to 2nd and managed his soft compound tyres, or the softest compound tyres available, or just the softer compound of tyres, very well, and fended off Lewis Hamilton and even gave Kimi Raikkonen, the race winner, a bit of a scare. But Max Verstappen's worst race of the season for me has to be the Monaco Grand Prix, because looking back at it, he probably would have won that race, looking at Ricciardo's engine troubles and then looking at how much Verstappen cost himself throughout the weekends, pushing way too hard in free practice 3. So for 2019, Verstappen has to compose himself a bit more and just take less risks. And I know that's what Verstappen's all about, taking risks all the time. But this is what makes Hamilton such a good driver. He doesn't take risks when it's unnecessary. That's why he is so successful, and why Max Verstappen needs to do that in order to become World Drivers' Champion in 2019. After the first 6 races, it looked like Daniel Ricciardo would be an outside bet for the World Drivers' Championship, but in the end it just didn't go right for him, claiming no podiums in the last 15 races of the season due to poor reliability. But looking back at 2018, I think the most notable thing about Ricciardo's season was his shocking move that he would be moving to the Enstone team for the 2019 season, going to a project which is a huge risk, especially with the fact that Red Bull could be genuine title contenders next season. But at least the Aussies still gave us a taste of some brilliant overtakes, especially at the Chinese Grand Prix. But the one issue I do have with Daniel Ricciardo is that he's a very hot and cold driver. He will come alive when he wants to, and when he comes alive, he pulls out some breathtaking overtakes. But when he's a very cold driver, he just has a very quiet race weekend. Ricciardo's redemption was his best drive of the season after fending off a power unit issue, and although Christian Horner and Red Bull massively overrated Ricciardo's drive due to the nature of the Monaco Grand Prix, it was still a fantastic, phenomenal drive from Ricciardo, who finally got his Monaco Grand Prix victory. But Daniel's worst race of the season, in my opinion, was the Spanish Grand Prix, where although he didn't have that bad of pace, he made an embarrassing mistake during the virtual safety car. And I also think Ricciardo's race drive in Mexico was very poor, where he delivered absolutely no pace, and drivers like Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton in slower cars definitely performed better. But hopefully for 2019, the Honey Badger still gives us a taste of some brilliant overtaking and racecraft. But guys, that is it for today's video. Please like and subscribe to this video and channel, and until next time guys, see you later.